Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another cool work flashlight. This thing is a tank from Wurkkos flashlights. So I've been playing with this light now for a few minutes, and you know me, I don't read instructions. The things just stay there. I try to figure everything out on my own because I feel like if you build something that should be user intuitive, it should be user intuitive. This thing is a 5,000 milliamp battery in it, monster battery. The thing lasts for a long time, USB-C rechargeable. So in the box, they give you the light. They give you a little lanyard if you're the kind of guy that wants a lanyard around his flashlight and you're afraid you're going to drop it and you want to hold it around your wrist. They got you covered. They give you a USB-C to USB-C charging cable in it, the instructions, the box, and then the light itself. 3,200 lumens, which is very bright. 330 meter beam. This thing reaches out 330 meters. That is incredibly long distance. It also has a green laser beam. They call it a green beam. It looks like they have five light modes. They have a spotlight that can go from 10 lumens down for like the moonlight mode, all the way up to 3,200 lumens for the turbo spotlight. Side light in cool white, which goes from 5 lumens up to 3,000 lumens. They have a side light warm light that goes from 5 lumens to 250 lumens. A UV light in 2 different modes of UV light, either 0.8 watts, I believe, or 3 watts. And then they have the green beam, which is 3 MW, milliwatts maybe? I'm not sure what MW is. So if you're on the low light, on that 10 lumen light, you can get 140 hours of battery operating time on a full charge. This is IPX6 waterproof. It has a 1 meter drop safety range where you can drop it on the ground at 1 meter or less and it will be safe, or they promise that it'll stay safe. Now the rest of this is me playing with it. It's a very stout light. It's big enough that you know where it's at. It doesn't feel too small in your hand. It feels tough and durable. The whole thing is made out of probably some type of aircraft aluminum. It's all a metal body. It is solid. On the back, they did what I hoped they would do. They did put a belt clip in, and they put it in backwards. So you can put it in your pocket and the light will stick out so it's not shining in your pocket. As well as if you have a brimmed hat on, you can put it on forward and it will turn into kind of a headlamp style. The USB-C charge port is right here. On the bottom, they have a 1/4-20 thread, which is really cool, and I'll show you why that's really cool. But you can take this and mount it to any type of tripod. If you're working at a construction site or something, you got a laser level, and you've got that tripod, camera gear, whatever, selfie stick, whatever you have available to you, you could take that 1/4-20 thread. That's a pretty common thread on a lot of those, and thread this onto it and have that. And why is that cool? Because the coolest feature I think on this light is, check this out. Yeah, look at that. It's on, by the way, too. Sorry, I never turned it off. So this is a floodlight. You can put this on a 1/4-20 thread and it will shine down and light up your entire area. That's pretty cool. So if you're at a camp or something, or you're in a workshop, or you're working over your car or something, you can have this shine a ton of light down. Look at that. It gets really bright. So that flash means it's at the top of its brightness level. That is super bright. It will light up any area you need to. Let me turn it down so I'm not flooding out my whole camera setup here. That's really cool. These are totally adjustable independently. So if you want one light pointing down, one kind of over, or just one up, say you're in a tent or something, you've got this in, you've got 2 people sleeping, one person wants to sleep, you want to sit and read, you got a little reading light you can pop out. Just really cool design. I haven't seen a light like this before, and I really kind of dig this. Just tactical kind of look to it. It's kind of cool. I dig it. And it does give a lot of good grip with these kind of indents built into it. It just feels solid, and you get a good purchase on it. That I am pretty sure, I actually haven't checked. Let me try. Yep, that back is also magnetic. So if you are wanting to point light upwards for some reason and you want to stick it down, you can do that. On the front here is the actual mode switch. You can switch between the laser, the floodlight, and the spotlight. The button here, you press the button and that turns on the light. So right now we're set all the way over to that side, and you can see we've got a UV light. So that is really cool. I like the UV light. I like that it has a low mode, and then you can press and hold the button, and you have a high mode. So you have different modes of UV light if you want to just pinpoint that down real subtle, or if you want to go, you know, fully bright, you can do that. Flip the switch back over to center, and now you've got your floodlight. So the floodlight works the same. You press the button and hold, and it adjusts brightness until you stop. And when you hit that flash, it actually turns off. So this thing cuts off some major heat because it is bright. It is kicking a lot of power. They actually do put a hot warning label on this, but not only is it hot up close to the light and actually touching the light, I feel heat on my hand right now with this beam. That's crazy. That's kind of cool, but not anything where it's uncomfortable or anything where I feel like it's going to start a fire or anything. And then finally, if we switch over, we've got our green laser, right? So used for pointing, used for whatever you need to do, mess with cats. You've got your green beam there. So the spotlight is on right now, and if I flip these out, the spotlight goes off, and that work light, that floodlight, comes on. So very, very cool. I really like this little reading light thing. I think I'm going to use this a lot. Even if I can stick this to something metal or something in my tent at night while I'm just sitting. I like to read a lot of times at night before I go to bed and just lay in my sleeping bag and read. This I think would be a great feature to just have this little subtle light and just give me enough light to read. I think that'd be really cool. So it doesn't do it. What I think would be really cool, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe there is a way to do it, but what I think would be really cool is if you were able to use this almost as a built-in tripod. So when this is open, it kicks on the floodlight, which is expected, right? So I'm doing something right now that you probably shouldn't be doing with it. But my theory is that the design, if you've got this chamfer in the bottom that creates a good solid base, and then you've got this adjustable arm, right, where you could tilt that, if you could find a way to turn on the spotlight mode, then you could set this down and point that spotlight at something wherever you needed to work, for example, and now it's permanently on there, and you've got a built-in, almost a built-in little monopod here where you could have that, you know, hands-free and light up your work surface. I think that'd be cool. Wurkkos, that's my one piece of feedback from you for this light, and correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. There might be a way, but I don't see a way to swap that. Definitely found the way to like change the brightness, so obviously we could do that, but doesn't seem to be a way to actually override that. So when these are open, that's just always on no matter what. You have that switch on. I think that would be a cool feature to be able to bypass that floodlight and put the spot on and use that as a tripod. I think it'd be really cool. But again, not the intended purpose, I don't believe. But this thing is really cool. It's got a lot of cool features. So Christmas is coming. This would be a great time for you to pick one of these up for friends, family, loved ones, whatever, or even yourself. Hey, not going to knock you for buying yourself Christmas presents. I do myself a lot. Pick one of these up for yourself today. I'll put links in the description down below, as well as the first pinned comment. If you like this type of content, other type of gear reviews, woodworking, camping, hiking, all kinds of stuff. We do all kinds of stuff on this channel. Subscribe down below, click the bell, and give me a thumbs up and comment on this video. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps support the channel and helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing and push me out to other people so that I can inform more people of cool stuff like this. So with all that being said, do the things. I'll see you on the next one.